Now winter has finally arrived here as well. Despite today's rather modest weather, we still want to shoot a video. Why is this so important to us? Because serial production for the Frank for the ID.4 has finally started. I'd say after the intro we'll get started. So, a warm welcome to the product presentation of the Frank for the ID.4 and ID.5. I'll go ahead and open the hood now. Of course, it's semi-automatic since we've already installed a gas strut. This is what it finally looks like, the Frank for the ID.4. It's 94 centimeters wide, 41 centimeters deep towards the back, and between 10 and 15 centimeters high, depending on where you measure. I'll take out the things I have inside now, so you can see it better. Here I still have a towel or cleaning cloth, and of course the Type 2 charging cable. If you look at it more closely, it's probably most practical to store the Type 2 charging cable here in the deeper left section and to put the large or small bag under the luggage in the right section. As you could already see at first, in the intermediate compartment you can store smaller items like a cleaning cloth or a safety vest. These are things you need quickly and that don't require much vertical space. So, in terms of the ordering options that are available to you, one possibility is that you can comfortably fit a large size bag right in there. This large bag is particularly useful and a very good choice for those situations where you need to carry longer items. For instance, something essential like a roadside warning triangle. Or the small bag, let me grab it. The small bag is quite well suited for storing the emergency charging cable when it's folded up compactly. If you only need the emergency charging cable, in rare cases and don't use it often, this is a really good solution because it can be stored here very neatly and in a space-saving way. But ultimately, that's a matter of personal preference. It depends on how you want to make the best use of the frunk. Another important point maybe, let me take the frunk out now. Another important point is the choice of which type of headlights the vehicle is equipped with. If you could film in here, please, you can see a headlight with the LED version here. Or you can also see it well on the other side. These are headlights with LED, but there are also headlights with LED matrix. And you need to specify this distinction when placing your order, because we send out different frunks to make sure it fits your vehicle. Okay, now I'd like to show you the installation in more detail. The frunk itself, as we've already seen at the front, the frunk itself has 4 mounting clips on the underside. You then place these 4 mounting clips onto the support bar. Additionally, there are 2 buffers, 2 rubber buffers attached to further support the frunk at the front. When you install it, make sure first that these mounting clips, let me have the camera film down here, make sure that these mounting clips are sitting exactly on the support bars. To begin, it is essential that all 4 of the mounting clips are carefully positioned with precision. Once you are satisfied that you have positioned the frunk assembly precisely over the attachment points, you can proceed. Simply apply firm downward pressure directly over that area. You should hear a distinct click as the mounting clips and the attachment point engage and lock firmly into place. This sound confirms the connection is made. As a final safety measure, please double check that it is securely seated by gently trying to lift it. With that verification, your frunk is now fully installed. As you can see, it's really easy for anyone to do. And of course for any frunk as well. Now I'd like to address a few questions or details about the frunk. First, the material we use. For the production of the frunk, we use ABS V0. ABS V0 is characterized by being very dimensionally stable, yet still flexible. And if it should ever break, for example due to an accident or something similar, it doesn't break with sharp edges. But the main advantage of ABS V0 is that it is non-flammable, or in other words, flame retardant. This means that if it is exposed to an open flame, it may smolder, but once the flame is removed, the material extinguishes itself, so it is flame retardant. Some customers also ask us, why don't you use something cheaper? Of course, this is one of the most expensive materials you can use in thermoforming technology. Why don't you use something cheaper or recyclable? Recycled material? The simple reason is that we absolutely want to use flame retardant material. Also, when we conduct tests, many of our products are TÜV certified. It is necessary that the material is flame retardant or does not burn. Well, sometimes we also get questions from our customers about why we don't produce a lid for the Frank. Yes, from many of our products that we've had in the past, for example for the Fiat or the Kona, which we've also driven ourselves for thousands of kilometers in our own vehicles, it turned out that a lid really isn't necessary. Hardly any dirt comes in from below, and almost no dirt comes in from the outside either. The main dirt the Frank is exposed to is the kind you bring in with the cable, which often lies in mud or dirt into the Frank. If it really ever should, if it happens to get dirty, the easiest way to clean it is to simply take the Frank out, wash it down, and then put it right back in. To demonstrate its durability, we've also run a series of tests, including taking it through an automatic car wash. You can check out these tests for yourself, including the car wash and also the fire tests we've conducted with the material, all in a separate video. We'll be sure to display the link for you on the screen, or you can find it in the video description below. In any case, we decided against producing a lid because it seemed rather inconvenient to have to open an extra lid before you can take things out. Another question we get asked repeatedly, and it's absolutely justified, is whether the Frank has any effect on the heat development in the engine. We've conducted quite a lot of tests. We ran tests with the first cars we had, specifically the Hyundai Kona or the Fiat 500. We recorded these tests during driving, while charging, and documented everything with a thermal imaging camera. These tests clearly showed that the heat generated by the electric motor is practically negligible. The only situation where a bit more heat is produced is during AC charging. That's obvious because the alternating current has to be converted into direct current by the rectifier, and that generates a certain amount of waste heat. On the one hand, our extensive testing has found that by consistently ensuring there is an adequate amount of space below the frunk, we can effectively prevent any increased heat buildup from occurring. On the other hand, it's also important to note that the complete motor block, which importantly includes the rectifier, is fully integrated into the vehicle's primary thermal management or cooling circuit. So if anything heats up, whether because the outside temperature is 40 degrees or due to heavy charging, the cooling circuit is activated and the affected components are cooled accordingly. So, all in all, you can say that the frunk does not cause any change in the heat development within the vehicle. The next legitimate question that keeps coming up is whether there could be any warranty issues caused by the installed frunk. On the one hand, nothing is being modified on the vehicle that could trigger any warranty issues. And on the other hand, in our experience, the companies that see our frunk actually consider it an upgrade to their vehicle and of course also as an additional selling point. That's why many dealers already offer our products, and even general contractors and general importers buy our frunk and then resell it to customers. So all in all, no, there are no warranty issues. However, what we do recommend is to remove the frunk before visiting the workshop, or at least to inform the technician how to remove the frunk, or to show them how easy it is to do. But as for warranty issues, if the authorized workshop is customer-oriented, then they are actually happy about this frunk solution and will probably continue to offer it in the future. The last question that comes to mind now is, what's the deal with the firefighter sticker we've put on there? You can see down there quite well, that's where the separation point for the high voltage system is located. And to make sure people notice it right away, we've also added this sticker. It says here, box up the hin, pull up the box, and then with a small tug you can pull off this box and immediately see the separation point. All right, that's all from my side. If you're interested or like it, send us an email or order the frunk. We can ship it to you in just a few days and you'll have fun with it. And enjoy the simple storage options, even in your VW ID.4 and ID.5. Thank you, yours truly, Josef from the company, Frank.